Hello, John Lord here from John Lord's Secret Garden, not so secret anymore, like the song, My Secret Love by Doris Day. We're talking about how to cut back perennials, the plants that die back in the winter and all their energy is below the ground, and then they hunker down against the winter, and then when the winter fades, up they come again to enjoy the summer. But you don't have to cut them back. If you didn't cut them back, what would happen? Because obviously in nature they're not cut back. I mean, there's nobody going around in the Rocky Mountains cutting back all the perennials. What happens in nature is that some of the old stuff falls away, some of it stays. It looks all right in nature, but not all right in a tended garden. So we cut the stuff back. And that's it. That's really it. And I'm going to show you how it's done. Ready to come in? Oh, now, wheelbarrow's not big enough for all the stuff. Now here we are. This is how we start here. Now this is a prairie garden, and everything has to be cut back. So what we do is we cut the entire thing back all in one go and take it all away, and then we cut our hedge. Cut our hedge as hard as we can, as tight as we can, because you can't do any damage to the plants because they're all below the ground this time. So everything is done. This is a bed that it's no permanent stuff above the ground. Everything goes to the ground once a year, and so it's very easy gardening. Anyone can do it. And we just have a quick go. Where are we? Yeah. Let's see, can we start this thing? Now just let it warm up. So we're going to cut. Now if you have a small, can you hear me over this? Well, if you have a small garden, you can use this one here. It's all right. And if you have just one or two plants, you can just use that. And sometimes you can, let's see, get the shovel and just do that. It's great for getting rid of all your aggression. Go away, I'll take everyone on. You can't do it with all plants. It doesn't work with the sanguisorbers. But certain plants you can. I'll take it all on. You won't get the better of me. So you can. No, that's nearly as quick. Now, and here's important: when you're removing your rubbish, very careful with it. You don't try not to disturb the ground too much, because you end up with bringing up soil, and then you get weeds. Now we don't have a lot of weeds here, but here's something here. What have we got here? Very obvious. From its yellow roots. That's the stinging nettle. Actually, when you're a gardener, you get, oh! It sort of catches you here all right, but generally it doesn't sting you. But you know it by its yellow roots. So we remove everything, and then we get as many weeds off as we can. And if the ground is very mucky, we'll put some bark on top but other than that, we never use fertilizer because it makes the stuff grow too strongly. We always want to keep things tight. Now we'll have a go with this. Now, if I was doing a lot, I would actually put the ear protectors on, you know, because If you do this for too long without the ear protectors, you can't hear the television that night. And generally at this time of the year, if there's a lot of greenery there, it tends to be native weeds. Like we have besides the nettles, we have a bit of Cretan buttercup. So be nice and, as I say, don't dig the ground. Keep it as intact as possible. Now, it's too late to make adjustments now, because I did make adjustments in the autumn over here, you can see. See where the ground is really mucky? We lifted some plants from out there and moved them into here, and you can see the ground is really mucky. Well, we'll probably put a bit of bark down there just to keep the weeds at bay, or maybe even just throw some debris on top just to keep the weeds at bay. And then we lifted some of this. We took chunks from this miscanthus, and we split them and moved the miscanthus forward. And that's about the only thing we did. If we want to do any more adjustments, once you cut back, you can't see what you have. You have to wait till everything comes back up again. And when it gets to about that height, we'll say in May, late May, early June, you can, when they're in full growth, you can lift and move around. Don't be afraid. Okay, that's cutting back perennials.